Everyone, and welcome to the Charlton Select Board meeting. Today is February 24th, 2026. It's 6:30 p.m. and we're at the Town Hall in Meeting Room 1. If we all just rise and please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. And just a reminder that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast live by Charlton Cable Access TV on Spectrum TV, Channel 191, and recording available on YouTube channel for Charlton TV. Any member of the public who wishes to record a meeting must first notify the chair. Is anyone wanting to record a meeting? All right, thank you. We'll move on down to announcements. Basha.
Nomination papers for the 2026 annual town election are due back to the town clerk's office no later than March 13th by 5 p.m. Excise taxes are due by March 11, 2026. Open air burning season has started. Permits can be purchased online at the Town of Charlton website or in person. The cost is $20. A permit is required in order to burn. Burning is allowed, weather permitting, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. from now until May 1st. The Town of Charlton is hiring. The Charlton Senior Center is looking for a kitchen coordinator to join their team. This position would help prepare and serve meals to this senior population, and it is a 19 hours a week shift. Interested, please visit the town website at www.townofcharlton.net for more information.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda would be our public open forum. If anyone is here to speak, now would be the time. Seeing no one come forward, guess we'll move on. We're on to Natalie. It's you, the student representative report. Take it away.
Bay Path freshmen have chosen their permanent shops, and they're in their second week of shop. This Friday, there will be a career day for the upperclassmen. Last Thursday, Bay Path hosted a business expo for Charlton businesses. Winter sports are going well. Softball tryouts are on Monday the 16th and Tuesday the 17th, and baseball tryouts are the following week. Wednesday, the 11th, is a half day for all of the students at Bay Path, and dismissal will be at 11:20.
All right, thank you so much. Next we're moving down to the approval of minutes. We have minutes of a special meeting that was held on January 12th, 2026. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No?
Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. It's unanimous. Next would be the minutes of our regular meeting dated February 10th, 2026. Motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Discussion?
None?
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. It's unanimous. Moving down to number 4 on our agenda, which would be appointments and resignations. The first item would be, well, we don't have any. Right?
No, we
Board?
do. So the first promotion, we have,
I didn't get
first one is a promotion. So promotion of cemetery laborer to highway laborer. Jake Adams was originally appointed as a cemetery laborer, and the recommendation is to promote him to highway laborer. 40 applications were received for the cemetery laborer position, and 8 interviews were held. The recommendation is to appoint William Harvey as cemetery laborer pending Corey background and pre-employment physical. I'd recommend that the board make the appointments as requested.
All right. Do I have a motion?
I move to appoint to make the appointments as requested.
Second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No?
All right, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. It's unanimous.
And
All right,
next,
Andrew?
Yep, and next I have an appointment modification for the Activities Council member. Attaches a letter from Judith Butler asking the board to modify her appointment on the Activities Council from a full member to an alternate member. I'd recommend the board notify her appointment with a term expiration of June 30th, 2027.
We have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes. It's unanimous. Thank you. All right. Moving on, we're early, right? So we can
We
move
have
down.
resignation.
Oh, well, sorry. I didn't get the updated agenda.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. Very good.
Next, we have resignation of Special Police Officer Pat Cackley. Chief Dowd has been notified by Special Police Officer Pat Cackley that he could no longer serve as a special police officer due to accepting a full-time position with the town of Sturbridge. The board should accept his resignation.
I move to accept the resignation with regret and wish him all good luck.
Yeah,
Agreed.
agree. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
No?
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes, it's unanimous, thank you. All right, so it's still too early for poll hearings. Do we want to go down to the other action items? Sorry,
Sure.
still a-
Go down to action items. So the first action item is a board deliberation vote to designate library staff as special municipal employees for the digital equity grant. So attaches a request from Library Director Betsy Perry asking the board to designate the following library positions as special municipal employees for the purpose of their digital equity grant. They'd be the positions of Director, Assistant Director, Head of Youth Services, Youth Services Assistant, Technical Services Associate, Patron Services Associate, and Digital Skills Instructor. The designation of these positions as special municipal employees will allow those working in the library to fill the role of digital skills instructor outside of their normal job hours to conform with the provisions of the grant. I'd recommend the board designate the positions as special municipal employee.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Rasha, did she say?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
motion passes, it's unanimous. The next item on the agenda, we still have some time, the request for special alcoholic beverages license, St. Joseph's Church.
Attaches an application submitted by St. Joseph's Church Mary Martha Guild for a special alcoholic beverage license, wine and malt beverage to be used on March 21st, 2026, and November 16th, 2026, from 5 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. at St. Joseph's Church Hall for a meat raffle. The application has been reviewed and approved by the police chief, building commissioner, and fire department. Per the board's policy, if the special alcoholic beverage license is approved, the dates on the license should be for the day before the event to allow alcohol to be delivered, the day of the event, and the day after the event to allow any alcohol left over to be picked up.
I move to approve the special alcoholic beverage license, wine and malt beverages as submitted by St. Joseph Church, Mary Martha Guild for a meat raffle with the dates on the license to be March 20th, 2026 to March 22nd, 2026, and November 15th, 2026, until November 17th, 2026, from 5 to 11 p.m.
I second that.
All right, so we have a motion and a second, any discussion?
Not at all.
All right, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and the motion passes, it's unanimous, thank you very much. I think we can do,
Yeah,
we can
keep going.
continue, so number 3, Andrew?
All right, so grounds maintenance, recreational mowing, and snow and ice removal contract. On February 26, 2026, at 10 o'clock a.m., 3 bids for the maintenance of recreational properties, mowing, and snow removal services were received. After review of the bids by DPW Superintendent Nick Peel, the recommendation is to award the bid to BCB Lawn Services out of Charlton, Mass. For an estimated contract value of $266,850. The contract is it is a 3-year contract, and I would recommend the board make the award.
All right, do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we make the award as recommended.
All right,
Second.
we have a motion and a second, any discussion?
None?
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Absolutely.
Aye, motion passes, it's unanimous, thank you. And we're on a roll, so keep going, Andrew.
All right, so board deliberation and vote to consider the draft annual town meeting warrant requests and to close the annual town meeting warrant. Below is a list of requests for the May annual town meeting for consideration. After the board reviews, you are asked to close the warrant. Article 1, election. Article 2, town reports. Article 3, litigation. Article 4, appropriation of funds for unpaid bills of a prior fiscal year. Article 5, intra-departmental transfers for FY '26. Article 6, capital items and related contracts. Article 7, the town budget. Article 9, water department budget enterprise fund. Article 9, sewer department budget enterprise fund. Article 10, transfer of funds to and from stabilization fund accounts. Article 11, cemetery perpetual care. Article 12, revolving funds. Article 13, to accept an easement on Stevens Park Road. Article 14, to amend the Town of Charlton bylaws, Chapter 185, Vehicles and Traffic, Section 185-1, handicap parking E, change fee from $50 to $100, and a second, and all subsequent offense from $100 to $150. Article 15, changing or adding definitions in Section 200-2, including but not limited to major residential development, frontage, street, amend the diagram of lot, shape, and setback examples, large solar energy systems, and energy storage. Article 16, amend setback requirements for reducing frontage lots, Section 200-13, including where 200-foot front setbacks are measured from, and B, at minimum setbacks from all property lines. Article 17, special cases, Section 203.3C, amending language 2 or more principal structures to reform it into subsections to include uses and to allow for special permits granted by the planning board with benchmarks for granting. Article 18, to amend Section 200-3.2B, the use table. Article 19, to amend 200-5.21, large energy systems. And I know there'll be an Article 20 that you just received a citizen's petition on to consider revoking the stretch energy code.
The what?
Stretch energy code. So I need a motion from the board to close the warrant.
I move to close the warrant as written.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second.
I second that.
Discussion?
As far as the dates when we're gonna be meeting with FinCom and the school committee or joint, or,
I will resend that out. I do have it as a,
yeah, I
No, I
was
believe it's
looking
in-
for it before the meeting.
yeah, I believe it's in connection with your regular meeting schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of closing the warrant?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries, it's unanimous, thank you. And we can might as well finish the,
Sure, might as well.
sure. That's
All
great.
right, so this one is just a board deliberation for a revision to our cybersecurity and incident response policy. IT Director Jeff Sorrell has asked the board to consider a revision to the cybersecurity incident response policy as recommended by our insurance company. The revision would add under the incident response process, number 2, to include if the incident is determined to be severe, it must be reported to the town cyber liability insurance provider immediately to facilitate the ability to deploy critical breach response resources. Assuming that there's no issues with this, I will add it onto your agenda, your next agenda for approval.
I have no issues with it.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
So
school
motion.
board, do you wanna-
No
need
motion
anything?
needed tonight.
Okay, so that'll be on the next meeting agenda, thank you, thank you, Andrew. Okay,
All right, on time?
all right, 6:45.
All right. 6:45 poll hearing for Hill Road. Attached, you will find a request from Massachusetts Electric Company, DBA National Grid, and Verizon New England, Inc., requesting permission to install one joint-owned pole at the intersection of Hill Road and number 10 Schoolhouse Road for a new residential service. Also attached is a notice that was sent to the abutters. This request has been forwarded and approved by both the police chief and DPW superintendent. No comments or concerns have been received in writing. The chairman should open the public hearing by reading the notice as sent to abutters, and I'd recommend the board approve the request.
Thank you. Excuse me, we're having a little technical difficulty with that. Can I read that, Steve?
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. Public hearing notice dated March 3rd, 2026, the Charlton Select Board. Wrong one. Which one? Apologize.
So,
Things, one more.
yeah.
All right, let's do this. Full moon tonight, that's what I'm going with. All right, thank you for your patience. So, public hearing notice dated March 3rd, 2026. The Charlton Select Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, at 6:45 PM in Meeting Room 1, 37 Main Street, Charlton, Mass. 01507, to act on a request from National Grid and Verizon New England seeking permission to locate poles, wires, and fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along across the following public way. Hill Road, National Grid to install one jointly owned pole on Hill Road beginning at a point approximately 607 feet east of the center line of the intersection of Hill Road and number 10 Schoolhouse Road, installing pole number 6 through 50 for new residential service. Anyone wishing to be heard on this matter should appear on the date and time specified or submit concerns in writing. Did we now open the hearing? Did we have anything in writing? We didn't. Right?
No, we didn't receive it.
Is there anyone here to speak on this matter? Nice. Hi, welcome. Just say your name and.
My name's Robert Williams. I'm with National Grid. Just here to represent the petition request.
Thank you. Any questions or anyone else?
No, no one has a problem with it.
No, it seems to. Okay. We appreciate you being here to answer questions if they arise. Is there, we could just close?
Yeah, now we need a motion to close and a motion to approve.
And I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing, please.
So moved?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion, so it's now closed, and now we can vote on it. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion?
No?
Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. It's unanimous. Thank you. You can stay there if you want. Thank you.
It is the next one.
Okay.
All
Which
right,
is-
650
first.
poll
Thank you.
hearing for Ramshorn Road. Attached, you will find a request from Massachusetts Electric Company, DBA National Grid, and Verizon New England, Inc., requesting permission to install one joint-owned pole at the intersection of Lincoln Point Road and Ramshorn Road for a new residential home. Also attached is the notice that was sent to the abutters. This request has been forwarded and approved by both the police chief and DPW superintendent. No comments or concerns have been received. The chairman should open the public hearing by reading the notice as sent to the abutters, and I recommend the board approve the request.
All right, thank you very much. We shall open the hearing. Public hearing notice, the Charlton Select Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, at 6:50 PM in Meeting Room 1, 37 Main Street, Charlton, Mass. 01507, to act on a request from National Grid and Verizon New England seeking permission to locate poles, wires, and fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along and across the following public way. Ramshorn Road, National Grid to install one joint-owned pole on Ramshorn Road beginning at a point approximately 270 feet west of the center line of the intersection of Lincoln Point Road and Ramshorn Road, installing pole number 21 through 50 for a new residential home. Anyone wishing to be heard on this matter should appear on the date and time specified or submit concerns in writing. All right. Once again, we have are open, if you'd like to come up and provide input or public.
Yeah, I have a
Yep.
question and
Sure.
followed maybe by commentary.
Sure, if you could just name your name and your address.
Jason Julian, 12 Lincoln Point Road,
Okay.
former owner of the property that is benefiting from this pole. My intent is, I sold the lot. My intent is not to cause any strife or additional cost or anything to the person building. I'm looking forward to having new neighbors. My question is to National Grid, and I apologize if I'm putting you on the spot for this. Why put the pole on the inside of the curve in the way of any sliding cars that come off of one of the most dangerous turns in the town? Have you considered moving the pole, placing the pole on the inside of the turn instead of the outside of the turn?
That position,
Yes.
the site's not really like well within my mind because it was a while since we worked
Yeah,
on
sure.
that site. I
that
remember with
helps.
the property lines and where they were putting, we had a site meeting, we agreed to have the pole put there. They're gonna run their service right to that pole. And, that's how it was determined to go, and that's what we went with.
Okay. If I may, through the chair, may I add commentary? So, we don't have to debate that this is one of the more dangerous curves in town. We probably don't have to, also don't have to debate that we can't slow irresponsible drivers down. While I owned the property there, I live behind the property a good several hundred yards, so I do not have constant monitoring. But while living there, the accidents that I've observed in the aftermath thereof, most of the cars wind up in the ditch, which unfortunately the town never improved. Damage was done by other cars knocking boulders into the drainage. I actually asked the old DPW worker to take a look at that. It's unfortunate we didn't take advantage of improving that, because the people that caused the damage are actually liable for fixing that. The cars that don't end up in the ditch right where you're looking to put the pole end up going a little bit further, right through where you would put the pole, and end up in the front lawn of number 88 Ramshorn, which I used to own. Several of those cars over the years have gone airborne and have tumbled end over end. At least one completely tearing the front corner of the car off after they bounced off of the culvert right near where you're trying to put the pole on that corner. So my real question is, please reevaluate at putting that on the inside of the curve, where any car going out of control in either direction is very unlikely to hit it. Whereas we know, I can kind of rest assured, someone will hit this pole. You're gonna do damage to the pole, you're gonna do damage to the services, you're gonna do more damage to the car, and you're potentially talking about a safety risk.
It looks like the pole that this new pole is tying into is on the other side, on the inside of the curve anyway, right? If I'm looking at this right, pole 22,
May I approach?
pole 22 is on the inside.
2150 is the proposed pole.
Yeah, but the other two are already on this side of the road. You want this on this side.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't,
I'm asking it to go on this side, because this is the accident path
yeah.
that comes right through here. And I'm the one that subdivided the lot. I formerly worked as a land surveyor. Took a lot of care to think about this. This is a right-of-way, so that there's a common shared drive entrance here. When this is all repaved, this is gonna be a lot easier for someone to misjudge this corner, and they're gonna end up coming through that pole. I'm happy with the driveway cut. I helped design it before, obviously before the current owner bought it. And one of the things that we evaluated in it is sight line. You actually have a better sight line up and down Ramshorn Road from here than you do from Lincoln Point. And I'd further add, if you put the pole here, you might even be interrupting the sight line for Lincoln Point, even worse. If one of the things that we're doing is trying to avoid, my God, I am so apologize about that. If one of the things we're trying to avoid here is additional tree trimming is only gonna help the sight line for Lincoln Point and put more sunlight on the road to melt the snow quicker. I don't see the benefit to putting it on this side of the road.
So it's just a matter of crossing the road here or here?
Yes, that's it.
That doesn't sound,
We can't, the pole needs to be on their side. They're running an underground service. They have to run the pole
so they
right
need
to
the pole to go up?
Yeah,
For the
so
riser?
they can't go under the town road.
Yeah, that's why.
So-
They would have to go, with their underground service, they'd have to come
I
over.
understand, but there is another way to do this, and I hate to incur cost, but I would ask people to consider this further, because you can put the pole where I'm saying, you can run overhead service and have a pole just slightly down the new driveway, and then go underground from there.
If the homeowner wants, well,
I just received this letter yesterday, I would put this in writing.
If you wanna, you're asking for the customer to pay for more, you're asking to have, I think the customer should have some kind of say in this. Or
I
the
agree.
builder, because what he's asking for is gonna change the design we're gonna have to bring it back through the process it's already been through. They're gonna have to do, sounded like you said you just wanted to have a pole on the other side of the road and then a further into their property, put a pole for them to run their
Exactly.
service?
I'm asking, why not put it here
Which is
for the car safety?
Going to increase the cost on the customer for what they have
That's-
to pay for their electrical service.
That's really unfortunate and not my desire, but, my counsel's been said, I think, from a safety position, you all can make a judgment call.
So, thank you for your comments, we do appreciate it. We do have the option of continuing this, so other
What's the time
conversations can
frame on
happen.
something like this? If they would have to go back to National Grid for reconsideration?
Well, there's multiple different departments that get involved in a service like this. But I would believe it would have to go all the way back to, the design department, to which we would have to go have another meeting with the customer, explain the changes, work through it, redo the design, redo any sketches that we have. Then it's gonna go to a, they're gonna get another service agreement that they have to sign, and then they, would have to provide a easement for the pole location so that we have a right to have our equipment in there. So it's a bit of a process.
Yeah. And he's already building a house and he's looking for power, I would think.
And it's-
Is it already standing, the house?
The house is standing.
Is it that split in the back? That's not what, I don't think that's, I'm thinking about the right house. Right when you take to, yeah, no, off of the, what is this? Lincoln Point.
Google Maps
Right
is
here.
probably,
Yeah,
This is like-
it's right, yeah.
it's probably wooded.
Oh, okay, so no, so like a raised, it's kind of split ranch, I was thinking, what I pictured driving by it.
We can continue it, but if the customer says, I don't want to pay any more money, that pretty much ends the
Well,
conversation at that point.
I mean,
Well, and then I know this can add a lot of time on to.
Oh, that too.
I mean, that's gonna cost money as well.
Yeah.
Time is very expensive. I
Yeah, right.
am not trying to
Safety is
cause
important.
trouble with that. I understand that. I've even seen he's already had delays on his house. I feel for him. But
He
I've
would have
watched
to
an
pay for
awful
the
lot
other
of
pole, too.
accidents there.
Yeah, the work's billable, so it's just adding on to the work that's there. It's increasing the scope.
Any suggestions?
Since he's going underground, it seems like National Grid is trying to accommodate the customer the best they can.
Yeah, we try to
It's-
stick with this least cost to serve.
then you made a valid point too, that can prevent the accidents and better
Let's-
placement.
I think Andrew had to comment.
Just gonna ask, this is for service at 86 Ramshorn Road is on here, or? Sorry if that's
This
right.
pole's to service 86, is that
86.
that's the
Yeah,
question?
86.
Yes.
Yeah.
86 is the new house under construction.
Okay. I would say, just making a suggestion, I know this might just reset it, but I don't know about just pushing that one pole further back off the right of way, from the roadway. Alleviates it at all.
That's,
That would be, I think when they run pole lines, they have to be within the public taking, because any wires get run over properties, they're supposed to not, everything needs to be within the public taking of the road.
yeah. You ain't gonna be able to reach it with a bucket truck.
Yeah.
May I ask a question? From pole 21 to a pole instead of in the current town easement, but write an easement onto the property for number 86, could you extend that? You're not gonna have to get any kind of right-of-way there. The right-of-way would be in totally for the benefit of 86 to just pull that pole 10, 15 feet away from the roadway. give a car an extra 10 or 15 feet to correct themselves or slow down.
We can look at it. The customer has to get involved, the builder, they have to know, and they gotta agree to it. It's not all on us.
We can also make a motion contingent upon, I'm trying to think of a workaround, so that's not gonna cost time and money and help maybe with safety.
Hmm?
What's the wishes of the board?
So then we will have to, can we put it back on
We can
for
make
next
it-
meeting, and can we have some kind of a analysis or the, time frame and cost, or what do you think? I mean,
Well,
I can
think
see
if-
the
I think
point.
if the owner said if the owner says he's fine with the way this design is, and doesn't wanna spend any more money, that pretty much, if he's concerned about it, maybe it's just a quick question, we continue it to the next meeting and then.
You know,
I think is any change to this plan is gonna require probably re-engineering from National Grid, so it's not gonna be
Yeah.
a simple.
Simple.
Yeah.
It's,
May I
does
ask-
the quick question, and forgive me if this was mentioned, does the owner understand the possible safety risk, even though, I mean, was it even brought to their attention?
I've only had one conversation with the owner,
Again, I
and
don't-
it wasn't on this matter. It wasn't on this matter.
Okay.
I never thought forward to the polls or anything like this, but
Yeah. We don't normally hit any opposition either, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel as though if there isn't, I don't know.
May I ask, when is the work scheduled to be done?
My department doesn't get involved with the scheduling of work. It's not gonna get scheduled until the hearings. If the poll has to be allowed first before they can schedule it.
I guess what I would ask, trying to create some kind of balance, is can we maintain the scheduling, and in the next few days, a representative from the town talk to National Grid? I will put this in writing, just received the letter yesterday afternoon, so I had very little time to think about this. I'll put this in writing with a sketch that could consider moving pole 21-50 some distance out of the town's right-of-way. You'll have to rejigger a right-of-way across number 86, but he's gonna be agreeable because that's entirely to his benefit. And see if that is possible. If that can be a conversation within a couple of days and a couple days of evaluation, and the work isn't scheduled within a week, then you have an option to decide from there. And then I would encourage everyone here,
Towards the-
re-drive the corner and think about that as you drive around that corner.
Any thoughts?
Andrew, can we get it done? Is it doable? Can somebody contact National Grid and the homeowner? And the
The owner's
builder?
not living there yet, though, right? So-
No,
No,
no
there's no
power.
power in the house.
No, right.
So I somewhat defer to the recommendation of DPW
Yeah,
to
To still look into it,
yeah.
okay.
reach out to Nick and see if he can take.
Because they did obviously look at it and didn't see a problem with it, so,
But they didn't live there.
yeah.
He did, so he have seen what have happened,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
this is, I don't see any benefit in that to you, so the only benefit is you're trying to help to,
Yep,
avoid,
Yeah.
or help with the accidents and stuff, so thank you for that. No, I think it's worth the time. Can you put it in writing? Can you send it to Andrew?
Yes.
And then maybe Andrew can give it to DPW,
Yeah,
at least that, and then we let you know. How about that?
So we'll continue? We have to continue it? We don't really
yeah,
close this, right?
Don't close the votes, continue the hearing.
So we'll
I do
continue
want to
this
go
for
on the
next
record,
meeting.
I'm not trying to cause delay. If this is the final resolution, I don't want to hurt the timing of the construction.
So, no, it's understood and appreciated. So just so you know, our next meeting is March 24th, and the expectation would be we would continue it to that date, and we will make a decision,
yep.
right? So should keep everything on track. But again, we appreciate you both being here. Anything else, or?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate your time and your comments. Thank you. So we will not close anything, we'll keep it open, and, okay, we have another agenda item for next time. I'm all set, I found, don't even ask.
It's all right.
All right, we've completed all the action items on 6, so actually, Town
All
Administrator
right,
report.
cool. All right, so just a quick update on the fire station. So we have a number of interior trades working within the building at this time, laying out metal wall framing and MEP work. With the break in the weather, the contractor's starting some of the exterior trades that were shut down through the winter months. Due to the abnormally cold and snowy winter, we're assessing any potential project timeline impacts that may have been created due to the weather conditions with our OPM. But the project still is on budget. We're just evaluating kind of time impacts at this point. So as part of our housing production plan development, the Housing Production Plan Steering Committee will be hosting 2 community forums on housing to gather feedback from the community. The forums will be held on Wednesday, March 25th at 6:00 p.m. at the library in the community room, and on Tuesday, March 31st at 10:00 a.m. in the Charlton Senior Center. We are approaching the end of our current 2-year IMA with the Southern Worcester County Veterans Service District. We're coordinating a meeting with the representatives involved from each town, and we'll be bringing forward a renewal document for your approval at a future meeting. And just a quick budgetary update. Tomorrow is the last individual department hearings before the Finance Committee. We'll be producing our recommended budget soon, and during the Dudley Charlton Regional School District budget presentation, the school committee had noted their Phase 2 capital plan was still in the works at that time. We're working with the school to try to identify when this may be coming back to the town for a loan authorization vote, but that's currently being deliberated by the school committee. So I'll keep the board abreast of any further developments with that I'd be made aware of.
Phase 2 is
So-
Phase 1 is is what, the one they talked about.
Phase 2 is like that $10 million figure that
That's Phase 2.
they were
I
talking
thought
about.
that was Phase 1. All right.
It was labeled as Phase 2 in the sheet.
Got it.
All set?
That's what I got.
All right. Next item would be Select Board member requests for future agenda items. You know the routine, if you have them, email them, and send them me, copy Andrew, thank you. We already know what we have to do from this meeting, for that meeting. The next meeting announcement will be March 24th, 2026, 6:30 PM, right here, same meeting room at the Town Hall. It's our next regular meeting. And next, we will be we'll adjourn, go into executive session. Steve?
Okay. We're going into executive session under MGL C-30A, Section 21A-2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with the non-union personnel, to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, the town administrator contract, and review executive session minutes for approval and release, to return to an open session if needed, and to adjourn.
Thank you. All right. Basha?
I move to, are we getting out of the meeting first, right?
No, you
No.
need to go into
Just
it.
go into it, so just roll call.
Roll call.
Okay, yes, Bacha, yes.
Steve, yes.
Karen, yes, so we'll take a brief, we're in